Most fuel systems don't fail in a single moment. They wear down quietly, mile after mile, without warning lights or obvious symptoms. Fuel injectors are engineered to operate for billions of cycles, yet even slight deposit buildup can skew spray patterns and reduce efficiency long before you notice it. According to major manufacturers like Bosch and Delphi, injectors are meant to last as long as the vehicle, but real-world conditions often shorten that lifespan when deposits form and disrupt fuel delivery. That's why injector problems feel random. The damage started long before anything felt wrong. Many drivers make a costly mistake by trusting quick-fix bottles, assuming anything labeled injector cleaner must be safe. In this video, we'll break down 11 fuel injector cleaners you should never use. Not because they're weak, but because many cause damage in ways most people don't see. Then we'll cover 5 that actually work, when to use them, and when to avoid additives altogether. If you value straight answers from a mechanic's point of view, subscribing makes sense. And let's start with what's really happening inside your fuel system. Why injector cleaners became so popular. Injector cleaners gained popularity because fuel changed, not because engines suddenly failed. Modern gasoline blends, especially those containing ethanol, promote deposit formation under heat and pressure. Short trips, stop-and-go driving, and long idle times accelerate this buildup. Early symptoms are subtle. Slightly weaker throttle response, mild idle changes, small fuel economy losses. Instead of paying for diagnostics, most drivers choose a bottle because it's quick, cheap, and feels preventative. This convenience creates a risky assumption. If a product is sold openly, it must be safe. Fuel additives aren't tested or regulated like engine components. Labels focus on promises, not chemistry or long-term effects. Without understanding how injectors actually foul, many drivers turn injector cleaners into a routine fix rather than a targeted tool, often worsening the problem they're trying to solve. The core misunderstanding about cleaning: most people think cleaning means scrubbing deposits away. Inside fuel injectors, that logic fails. Deposits form as hardened layers created by heat and fuel breakdown. Safe cleaning requires dissolving those layers gradually so they burn off cleanly. Many injector cleaners don't dissolve anything. They break deposits loose. That distinction matters. Fragmented deposits don't disappear. They travel through the system, clogging injector tips, coating valves, fouling sensors, or loading the catalytic converter. This is why cars often feel smoother right after using the wrong cleaner. Spray patterns temporarily improve, creating the illusion of success. Weeks later, new issues appear that seem unrelated. Short-term smoothness isn't proof of cleanliness. It's often the first sign that deposits were disturbed instead of removed. How injector damage actually happens over time. Injector damage builds slowly through repeated heat cycles. Fuel enters hot, cools after shutdown, and leaves varnish behind. Over time, these layers harden and distort spray patterns. Engine computers compensate, hiding the issue early. As deposits grow, microflow inside injectors becomes uneven. Some cylinders receive fine mist, others heavier droplets. Efficiency drops, but the engine adapts until it can't. Rough idle appears late, after damage is established. Aggressive chemicals accelerate this process. Strong solvents shock hardened deposits, breaking them unevenly and stressing the fuel system. The result isn't immediate failure, but delayed problems like misfires, hesitation, or sensor faults. Injector systems respond best to controlled chemical action, not force. Injector number 1. Lubricant-based injector cleaners. Injector number 1 refers to lubricant-based products that are marketed as injector cleaners. These formulas are designed to reduce friction, not to remove carbon deposits. When added to fuel, they coat internal components, which explains why engines often feel smoother shortly after use. Injectors may move more freely, fuel pumps can sound quieter, and idle may briefly stabilize. That immediate improvement creates the impression that cleaning has occurred. In reality, hardened carbon deposits inside the injector remain untouched. Lubrication does not dissolve varnish or carbon formed by heat and fuel breakdown. While the system feels better, flow restrictions and distorted spray patterns continue to develop underneath. This leads to false confidence. Drivers believe the issue has been addressed and delay proper diagnostics or targeted cleaning. Over time, deposits continue restricting fuel delivery, causing gradual loss of efficiency and drivability. Repeated use compounds the problem by adding more coating without removing buildup. Fuel economy slowly declines, throttle response weakens, and idle quality worsens again. Lubricants can play a limited role in wear prevention under specific conditions, but they are not injector cleaners. Treating them as a cleaning solution allows injector degradation to progress quietly rather than delivering real improvement. Injector number 2. Upper cylinder oil additive. Injector number 2 refers to upper cylinder oil additives that are often marketed as injector cleaners. These products are designed to provide lubrication to the upper engine components, not to restore clogged or restricted fuel injectors. When added to fuel, they can reduce friction in areas like valves, valve guides, and piston rings. That reduction in friction may cause the engine to run slightly smoother in the short term. Idle may feel steadier, engine noise can drop, and throttle response may seem improved. This temporary change leads many drivers to believe the injectors have been cleaned. In reality, hardened carbon and varnish inside the injector remain unchanged. Upper cylinder oils do not dissolve deposits created by repeated heat cycles and fuel breakdown. Because the deposits stay in place, fuel spray patterns continue to degrade beneath the surface. The larger problem is timing. Since the engine feels marginally better, proper diagnostics and targeted injector cleaning are delayed. During that delay, deposits continue restricting fuel flow and altering combustion quality. Over time, fuel economy drops, throttle response weakens again, and idle quality deteriorates further. These additives are generally safe when used for their intended purpose, which is lubrication under specific conditions. However, using them as injector cleaners creates false progress. Protection and cleaning are not the same thing. Treating upper cylinder oils as a solution allows injector damage to advance quietly, while the driver believes meaningful maintenance has already been performed. Injector number 3. Alcohol-heavy injector cleaners. Injector number 3 covers injector cleaners that rely heavily on alcohol as their primary active ingredient. Alcohol is effective at absorbing water, which is why these products are often promoted as both injector cleaners and fuel dryers. That characteristic can be useful in specific situations, but inside the fuel system it creates a different set of problems. Alcohol actively attracts moisture from the surrounding air, increasing the water content inside fuel tanks, lines, and injectors. Over time, this moisture promotes corrosion in metal components such as fuel rails and injector bodies. Alcohol also has a drying effect on rubber parts. Seals and O-rings lose flexibility faster, increasing the risk of leaks and pressure loss. From a combustion perspective, alcohol introduces additional oxygen into the fuel mixture. This slightly leans out combustion, which raises operating temperatures and adds stress to injectors, valves, and pistons. These effects develop gradually. Early on, the engine may feel smoother as light contamination is disturbed, creating the illusion of cleaning. With repeated use, however, injector consistency declines, seals harden, and heat-related wear increases. Alcohol-heavy formulas are not designed to dissolve hardened carbon deposits in a controlled way. Instead, they trade short-term smoothness for long-term system stress, making them a poor choice for routine injector maintenance. Quick pause. If this is helping you avoid costly mistakes, consider subscribing. Injector number 4. Ethanol-boosting fuel additives. Injector number 4 refers to fuel additives that increase ethanol content beyond what modern gasoline already contains. Most pump fuel is already blended with ethanol, and fuel systems are designed to tolerate those blends within specific limits. Adding more ethanol pushes systems beyond their intended operating range. Ethanol attracts moisture, which increases the risk of corrosion inside fuel tanks, lines, and injectors. Over time, that moisture accelerates internal wear and promotes oxidation of metal components. Ethanol also burns hotter than gasoline and alters the air-fuel mixture. This reduces the margin for error during combustion and increases thermal stress. Older vehicles are particularly vulnerable, but even newer fuel systems experience increased strain under repeated ethanol exposure. Rubber seals, hoses, and injector components age faster and lose flexibility sooner. These additives are often marketed as cleaners because ethanol is a solvent. In practice, its ability to remove baked-on carbon is limited. Instead of dissolving deposits in a controlled way, ethanol-heavy additives raise heat and moisture levels throughout the system. That combination accelerates wear without delivering meaningful injector cleaning. Early on, engines may seem unaffected, which reinforces continued use. Over time, the cumulative effects become evident as drivability issues and reduced efficiency. Adding ethanol to a system already running ethanol-blended fuel compounds risk, while offering little real benefit. Injector number 5. Cheap solvent-only cleaners. Injector number 5 covers low-cost injector cleaners that rely almost entirely on basic solvents instead of proper detergents. These products are inexpensive because the chemistry inside them is minimal. They lack the ability to dissolve hardened carbon that forms inside injectors under heat and pressure. At best, they soften light surface residue. More often, they disturb deposits unevenly. When that happens, carbon doesn't disappear or burn off cleanly. It breaks free in fragments and travels through the fuel system. That debris can partially clog injector tips, coat intake valves, foul oxygen sensors, or increase the workload on the catalytic converter. The early results often feel misleadingly positive. Idle may smooth out briefly, and throttle response can feel sharper for a short time. That improvement convinces many drivers the cleaner worked. In reality, the system is now dealing with relocated debris. As that debris settles elsewhere, new symptoms appear. Hesitation, misfires, or warning lights, often weeks later. Because solvent-only cleaners lack true detergents, repeated use increases the risk of carbon relocation without removal. Over time, injector performance becomes less consistent, not better. Their low price makes them tempting, but the repair risk they introduce far outweighs any short-term benefit. These cleaners trade momentary improvement for long-term complications. Injector number 6. Kerosene, distillate-based cleaners. Injector number 6 includes injector cleaners formulated with kerosene or petroleum distillates as their primary ingredients. These substances mix easily with gasoline and are cheap to produce, which is why they appear so often in budget additives. Their effectiveness against hardened injector deposits, however, is extremely limited. Once diluted in a full tank, they do little more than thin the fuel. This thinning reduces effective octane, which raises the risk of engine knock, especially under load or during acceleration. Knock creates sharp pressure spikes that place repeated stress on pistons, rings, and bearings. Over time, that stress accelerates wear. Distillates also burn less efficiently than gasoline, leading to incomplete combustion. Incomplete combustion produces new carbon deposits, offsetting any minor cleaning effect that may have occurred. Drivers may notice rougher cold starts, inconsistent throttle response, or a gradual loss of smoothness. These changes don't happen immediately, which makes the product seem harmless. In reality, combustion quality is quietly degrading. Kerosene-based cleaners rarely cause instant failure, but they steadily increase knock risk and deposit formation, making them a poor choice for injector maintenance. Injector number 7. Harsh solvent shock formulas. Injector number 7 includes injector cleaners built around aggressive solvent blends that are marketed as deep, extreme, or instant cleaners. These products rely on harsh chemicals designed to strip buildup as fast as possible. Inside a fuel injector, that speed becomes a serious problem. Hardened carbon deposits are shocked rather than dissolved. Instead of softening and burning off gradually, large fragments break free all at once. Those fragments don't exit the system cleanly. They move unpredictably through injectors, fuel rails, and combustion chambers. Spray patterns become unstable, causing inconsistent fueling from cylinder to cylinder. The engine may feel sharper or more responsive briefly, which reinforces the belief that the cleaner worked. In reality, instability has been introduced. Downstream components absorb the consequences. Oxygen sensors become coated, skewing fuel trims. Catalytic converters trap debris and overheat as exhaust flow becomes restricted. These issues rarely appear immediately. Weeks later, drivability problems surface. Hesitation, misfires, or warning lights with no obvious connection to the additive. By then, the damage path is already established. Harsh solvent shock formulas prioritize speed over control. Fuel systems don't tolerate shock well. Controlled dissolution protects balance. Rapid stripping destroys it. That imbalance is why these products are among the highest risk choices for injector cleaning. Injector number 8. Multi-purpose fuel oil exhaust. Injector number 8 covers additives that claim to clean fuel systems, oil systems, and exhaust components using a single formula. These products promise convenience and simplicity, but precision systems don't function under shared rules. Fuel injectors, engine oil circuits, and exhaust systems operate at different temperatures, pressures, and chemical tolerances. A formula designed to act everywhere must compromise in every area. As a result, these additives lack the concentration and targeting needed to clean injectors effectively. Instead of delivering controlled carbon removal, they introduce generalized chemical activity across multiple systems. That creates unpredictable interactions. Oil seals may soften or swell. Sensors may foul from unintended residue. Combustion balance can shift as fuel chemistry changes. Rather than solving one problem well, these products spread risk across several systems at once. Their broad claims attract drivers looking for a single bottle solution, but that convenience comes at the cost of control and precision. Injector cleaning requires targeted chemistry applied under specific conditions. Multi-purpose additives ignore that reality. They add complexity without delivering meaningful injector restoration, making them an unnecessary gamble with long-term consequences. Injector number 9. Ultra-cheap bargain bin cleaners. Injector number 9 covers ultra-cheap injector cleaners, commonly found in bargain bins and discount shelves. These products are inexpensive because very little investment goes into their chemistry. Most contain minimal detergents and rely heavily on basic solvents that are incapable of dissolving hardened carbon deposits formed by heat and pressure. Instead of explaining how cleaning actually works, labels focus on bold promises and exaggerated results. At best, these cleaners loosen light surface residue. More often, they disturb deposits unevenly. When that happens, carbon doesn't disappear. It breaks free and travels through the fuel system. That debris can partially clog injector tips, foul oxygen sensors, code intake valves, or increase load on the catalytic converter. The initial effect may feel encouraging. Idle might smooth out briefly, and throttle response may improve. That short-term change convinces many drivers the cleaner worked. In reality, the system is now dealing with redistributed debris. As that debris settles elsewhere, new issues emerge weeks later. Because these products lack proper detergents, repeated use increases the chance of carbon relocation without removal. Repairs caused by this process often cost far more than the money saved on the bottle. Cheap cleaners trade chemistry for marketing, making them one of the most common sources of additive-related injector problems. Injector number 10. High alcohol emergency dryers. Used as cleaners, Injector number 10 refers to high alcohol fuel treatments designed for emergency water removal. These products are effective at absorbing moisture from fuel, which makes them useful in specific situations such as water contamination. Problems arise when they are used as injector cleaners. Alcohol does not dissolve hardened carbon deposits safely. Instead, it introduces new stresses into the fuel system. Alcohol dries out rubber seals and O-rings over time, accelerating aging and increasing the risk of leaks. It also adds oxygen to the fuel mixture, leaning combustion and raising operating temperatures. That extra heat stresses injectors, valves and pistons, especially with repeated use. Early on, the engine may feel smoother as light contamination is disturbed, creating the illusion of cleaning. Over time, seal degradation, inconsistent fueling, and heat-related wear begin to show. These products solve a temporary moisture problem, but create long-term injector and combustion issues when misused. Occasional use for water removal may be appropriate. Routine use as a cleaner is not. High-alcohol dryers are emergency tools, not maintenance solutions, and treating them as injector cleaners quietly undermines fuel system health. Quick reminder: if this kind of explanation helps, subscribing keeps you ahead. Injector number 11. Miracle Cure. All-in-one bottles. Injector number 11 includes so-called miracle bottles that claim to clean injectors, fuel systems, oil systems, and exhaust components all at once. These products are built around convenience, not precision. Fuel injectors are extremely sensitive components that require targeted chemistry applied under controlled conditions. When one formula is designed to work everywhere, concentration and focus are sacrificed. To avoid damaging multiple systems, the chemistry must be diluted and generalized. That dilution weakens injector cleaning effectiveness while still exposing other systems to unnecessary chemical activity. Instead of solving one problem properly, these additives introduce small disruptions across several areas at the same time. Sensors can slowly foul, seals may soften or swell, and combustion balance can drift as fuel characteristics change. None of this usually happens immediately, which is why these products feel safe at first. Over time, however, small inconsistencies compound into drivability problems, warning lights, and efficiency loss. The wider the promise, the weaker the control. Precision systems respond best to focused solutions. All-in-one additives blur those boundaries, making them the highest long-term risk among injector cleaners because they compromise effectiveness while increasing system-wide exposure. What we know so far. Up to this point, we've broken down what quietly damages injectors and why many popular cleaners fail. The pattern is consistent. Harmful additives don't dissolve carbon in a controlled way. They shock deposits loose, relocate debris, or introduce extra stress through heat, moisture attraction, or chemical imbalance. The most dangerous part is how subtle the damage is. Engines often feel smoother at first, which creates confidence that the cleaner worked. That short-term smoothness hides what's happening underneath. This is why injector problems so often show up weeks later, long after the additive is forgotten. At that point, the connection is easy to miss. Now that these damage paths are clear, it's time to pause and reset the direction. From here on, the focus shifts to what actually works, when chemical cleaning makes sense, and how to use it responsibly without creating new problems in the process. 5 fuel injector cleaners that actually work. What makes an injector cleaner work at all? An injector cleaner only works when it removes carbon in a controlled, predictable way. The key is dissolving deposits gradually, not breaking them loose. When carbon is softened layer by layer, it can pass through combustion safely without upsetting injector spray patterns or overwhelming downstream components. Strength alone does not equal effectiveness. In fact, overly aggressive chemistry often causes more harm by shocking hardened deposits and scattering debris through the fuel system. Proper detergents work slowly, allowing spray patterns to recover while the engine adapts without stress. Just as important are the limits. Chemical cleaning only makes sense when deposits are moderate and injectors are still mechanically healthy. No additive can repair worn internals, damaged pintles, or failing seals. Using cleaners outside their intended role leads to unrealistic expectations and poor results. Understanding this boundary is critical. The purpose of a good injector cleaner is controlled correction, not instant transformation. When expectations match reality, chemical cleaning becomes a useful tool instead of a gamble. Cleaner number 1. Preventive maintenance injectors. Cleaner number 1 is designed for preventive maintenance, not problem correction. These cleaners target light deposits before they harden and begin distorting spray patterns. When used at regular, spaced intervals, they help maintain consistent fuel delivery and stable combustion. Their effectiveness depends almost entirely on timing. Preventive cleaners work best in engines that already run smoothly and show no major drivability issues. They slow the buildup process rather than reversing damage. Using them as a reaction to rough idle, hesitation, or misfires limits their benefit. Their role is preservation, not recovery. When used sparingly and correctly, they help extend injector life and maintain efficiency without introducing stress or imbalance into the system. Cleaner number 2. High mileage recovery injectors. Cleaner number 2 is intended for higher mileage engines that are beginning to show early signs of injector buildup. These cleaners contain stronger detergents capable of dissolving accumulated deposits over time. The process is gradual. Spray patterns improve slowly, and throttle response may return across one or more tanks of fuel. This category is about recovery, not instant fixes. Proper use requires patience. Overuse or repeated treatments too close together can overwhelm the system and create new issues. High mileage recovery cleaners are most effective when injectors are worn but still functional. They help restore balance and consistency without forcing sudden changes that the fuel system can't manage. Cleaner number 3. Severe carbon reset injectors. Cleaner number 3 is reserved for heavy carbon buildup when injectors are still mechanically intact. These products deliver a high concentration of detergents and must be used exactly as directed. Fuel level, driving conditions, and timing all matter. When applied correctly, they can reset spray patterns and improve combustion efficiency without removing injectors for professional cleaning. The results can be noticeable, but the margin for error is smaller. Overuse, improper dilution, or repeated applications can destabilize fueling and stress injectors, sensors, and catalysts. Severe carbon reset cleaners are specialized tools, not routine maintenance products. Precision and restraint determine whether they help or harm. Cleaner number 4. Long interval protection injectors. Cleaner number 4 is designed for long interval protection rather than rapid correction. These formulas clean slowly while stabilizing fuel quality over extended mileage. They are well suited for daily drivers that benefit from fewer treatments and consistent performance. Instead of dramatic changes, these cleaners focus on maintaining balance over time. Spray patterns improve gradually while deposit formation is controlled. Their value lies in predictability and convenience. When used correctly, they reduce the need for frequent intervention and help maintain injector stability without introducing stress. They are not intended for heavy buildup or immediate performance recovery. Cleaner number 5. OEM-trusted conservative injectors. Cleaner number 5 follows manufacturer-approved logic. These cleaners prioritize compatibility and system safety over aggressive cleaning action. Their detergent strength is moderate, but the risk profile is low. They are suitable for a wide range of vehicles, including newer models with sensitive fuel systems. Cleaning occurs gradually without stressing seals, sensors, or catalytic converters. Results are often subtle rather than dramatic, but they are consistent and predictable. This category favors long-term system health and reliability over short-term gains. For many drivers, that balance is exactly what matters. The biggest mistake people still make. The most common mistake people make is overuse. Even the right injector cleaner can cause problems when used too often or at the wrong time. Chemical cleaning cannot fix mechanical wear, damaged injectors, or failing components. Expecting bottles to replace proper repairs leads to wasted money and additional stress on the fuel system. Timing matters. Engine condition matters. Using the appropriate cleaner only when it makes sense protects injectors far better than frequent treatments. In the long run, restraint and understanding matter more than brand choice or marketing claims. Final thought. Injector cleaners are tools, not solutions to every problem. When they're used with the right understanding, they can help maintain fuel systems. When they're misused, they quietly create new damage while masking the original issue. Knowing how injectors wear, how deposits form, and where chemical cleaning actually fits makes the difference between prevention and regret. Quick fixes feel convenient, but informed maintenance consistently delivers better results over time. The goal isn't to rely on additives, it's to know when they make sense and when they don't. If understanding how systems slowly wear, adapt, and eventually fail helps you make smarter decisions with your vehicle, subscribing keeps you focused on that kind of practical, experience-based approach.